Hello there, and welcome to Pink Milk, your Star Wars podcast for us superfans.
And those of us who are forced to listen to them.
Today is someday, and someday we're blowing up helmets, baby. Let's blow up, Thomas, and drink up. Hello there, Pop Pop.
Hello there.
How are you?
I am well. Thank you for having me.
I'm having you every day because I need someone to reach up into the high trees to hang up some lights.
Yes, folks, I'm the light putter-upper.
Thomas, at a staggering 5'8" tall, did you ever
I'm almost 5'9", thanks.
Would you have ever thought that you would have been with Chewbacca in this Princess Leia outfit?
No. I definitely wouldn't have thought I would be the Chewbacca. You make it sound like you're so short. You're really not.
I'm 5'4".
That's not short.
Doesn't a little
feel
short to be
me.
a stormtrooper.
Might be tall to Roxy.
That's true. That's true. Well, speaking of height, Tom, Chewbacca here. I am your host, Bryan, Princess Leia. With me, as always, is my better half and your much better host, Chewbacca, a.k.a. Thomas.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
And welcome to Pink Milk.
Well, thank you. Welcome to Pink Milk to you. I never welcome you to Pink Milk.
Well, thank you, husband.
You're welcome, husband.
This is Pink Milk husband and husband for us superfans and those forced to listen.
That would be me. And I'm sure I'm not alone.
And forced to climb trees like Kashyyyk. Do you know what Kashyyyk is, Thomas? Do you know?
Nope.
No, yes you do. Come on. I know you know it.
Or give me a hint.
It's a planet.
Oh, yeah.
To
there
who?
you go. To somebody.
Whose home planet?
Kashyyyk? Mm-hmm. Oh, Chewbacca.
Boom.
Whoa! That was a guess.
So the holidays are alive and well here in Tatooine and Verada. We've got our Christmas tree lights up. The neighbors were honking at us because we have more lights this year than we ever have before. We're like one branch of a Griswold house.
Barely ever talk to us. Live across the street. Now, please, there is a huge park in between, so it's a distance. But nonetheless... Yeah, barely talk to us.
But not talk to us because they're rude. Not that. Just
no. Just because they're old.
Who, before we started recording, my really kind husband was waiting for him to die so he could buy some inexpensive Christmas decorations from the yard sale.
Love and light? Wait. I think that's taken out of context because context.
Out of contest?
Yeah.
Let's have a contest to who's going to drop first. No.
Speaking of contests, today is the big day for the contest. And everybody's probably saying, what are you talking about? But we live in a master planned community. I don't know who the master is. I don't know who planned it, but it's a master planned community. And they do all these activities. So not only do we have the lighting of the Christmas tree last night with the Santa experience for the kids, we also have the park tour contest today. And like I said, there's a park in between all of the homes. In the center, it's kind of like in the circle. And anyway, the park's in a contest. So maybe I was right when I said that.
Well, we're not going to win. I've seen what they did.
We are definitely not going to win. Oh, speaking of winners,
hello?
It's our son, Michael.
Hello, Michael. Would you like to come say hello? You don't want to say hello?
Maybe you could tell us why you're
Hi.
chewing. Do you have gum in your mouth, Michael? Uh-huh. Really? Did you get that from Starbucks?
Jose.
From your friend Jose. Okay. And we're back, people.
Did we go away?
Well, we
I'm
did.
still in the seat.
Hello, everyone. That was Michael. So real quick, because Michael was there, you heard a very adorable voice. hit pause real quick while you have that adorable thought in your head. Head on over to Apple Podcasts, leave us a review. Keep in mind adorableness. Cute 7-year-old. What you didn't get to see was he had a little button-down shirt and a tie on, so he's really here dressed to impress all of our listeners. So head on over to Apple Podcasts, look up Pink Milk if you're not listening to us there right now. Leave us a 5-star review, and honestly, give us a written one because I didn't, I like to read them. Makes me feel good. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So as you heard right before we left, Mr. Barry here asked our son if he got the gum from Starbucks. Would you like to elaborate on why that question was relevant?
Well, it's every single time I see him chewing gum, I always ask him because when he was 4 and we were in Huntington Beach in the hotel, which happened to have a Starbucks in it, we went down to grab some Starbucks because his dads are big coffee drinkers. If anybody knows us, they know we are. And he stole a pack of gum. And ironically, it was Brian's 40th birthday at the time, and that's why we were there. And he denied that he had stole the gum. He convinced me, and I gotta say, I
Fell for it.
definitely fell for it. He convinced me that he had picked up the piece of gum from the floor at the grocery store in California. So I spent the next 24 hours being very discouraged and reprimanding him and teaching him, of course, not to pick things up and eat them off the floor until the 2 days later when we're checking out and the truth, he's chewing gum again. And then we were like, oh my gosh, he stole this gum because we recognized it from...
Hid it in his backpack.
Hid it in his back, which is creative, of course, but we're not going to tell him that. He'll hear it one day. But anyway, so as good parents, what did we do? We made him go back with us the day we're checking out to apologize for stealing the gum.
And pay for it.
And pay for it, where the barista gives us 2 coffees for free. I thought the irony of the whole thing was hilarious. We're like, oh.
I forgot that she then stole coffee from the very place of her.
We better not say where we were.
Oh, please, that girl don't work there no more.
Good times. Family vacations. Years of memories.
I actually think talking about a child breaking the rules is very pertinent to this here conversation that we're about to have.
Yeah, it makes us sound great.
Well, this is going to be even better when I'm going to compare my son to Boba Fett.
Wow.
Or if you were here last week, Boba Fett with a TH.
Well, I've now learned. Isn't what this whole thing is about. Being forced to listen to you and learn.
So we are going to do a little rewatch of the first arc from Clone Wars that featured a young Boba Fett in order to prepare for the Book of Boba Fett. So if you have not listened to the last Husband and Husband episode 149, head on back over there right now and do yourselves a favor. It's a very short little 30-minute episode. So we're going to do part 2 today, R2 Come Home. Very R2 heavy episode.
Yeah, it really was.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay, because there are a lot of people who dread the, in quotes, droid episodes of Clone Wars, and everyone thinks they're horrible and boring.
Really?
Yes.
Oy.
This was not one of them, and this week's fortune cookie I quite enjoyed. Adversity is a friendship's truest test.
Good one.
It is a good one.
It is a good one.
Friendships, relationships, honestly, we talk a lot here. You and I are 2 very different people, and we've experienced a lot of things. We had our children through the foster system. Our children are great, but the system is great and does a good thing, but it's a really challenging thing to get through the process. Not the children, but the process itself.
Yeah.
The judges, the lawyers, the therapists, the social workers.
The non-email answered
Yeah.
phone things, all of it, the days and days and days. Anyway, good times.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe we should edit that out.
No, we got to
be in our bloopers.
We got to be real. We got to be real and honest because we are I think, big advocates of the foster system. And as wonderful it is, there are some really challenging things. But anyways, I think it brought us together a lot because Tom and I handled those two things very differently. Tom was more often than not much more patient than I was. And I came in like Kylo Ren sometimes. And I remember one email, a scathing email I sent to that had like 50, like 50, I'm not joking, like 52 people on this email. And I just...
It wasn't just one. Did I say that? Yeah.
Out loud? No.
That was just that one time. In the very beginning, I remember scathing email too, which made things happen.
I did get to, I just shared this on another podcast that I was recording for an upcoming podcast. So I'll let you all know when that happens. But I did get to tell them once that the library was open in the middle of a courtroom, and I did get to read a judge once because he did not like us. And that was a good time. And then Tom literally told the judge off. And then that judge did not what's the word I want to say? Did not oversee the adoption of our last son.
Yeah, he said no.
I will not do it.
He would not do it. And you know what we did? We got somebody else to do it the very next day.
Yep. He literally said, you may adopt him, which was a fight. It was a fight to even allow us to adopt him. But he said, you will be allowed to adopt him, but I will not do it. What an asshole. Speaking of assholes, you know who else was an asshole in today's episode?
Are we allowed to curse on this?
We really try not to, but sometimes it's necessary. Mace Windu. Jerk.
Oh.
This episode opens up. Last week's episode, a ship crash landed. Boba Fett, young Boba, sabotaged this whole thing trying to kill Mace Windu. As Tom discovered, the reason he wants to kill Mace Windu is because Mace Windu killed Jango Fett, his father.
He didn't just kill him. He chopped his head off.
And his hands.
Oh, his hands.
Or maybe just one hand.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad.
He could have stopped at the head.
Could have. No, he did the hands first. Probably could have stopped at the hands.
All right.
I can't remember if it was one or two.
Oh, I'm good.
Not a trivia queen. So anyways... The ship's crash landed, right? So Mace Windu and Anakin are heading down to the planet to look for the crew and the captain. And Mace Windu's just a jerk. He's so dismissive of Anakin. It's awful. You can't stand him. And I was watching him just be a jerk to Anakin. I was like, you know what? I'd chop your arm off too. Just like Anakin ends up chopping his arm off in a few years from that moment.
I just feel like saying, what's in your wallet?
Maybe he got nice when he lost that eye from the kitty cat.
Maybe. Hey, by the way, that's a Capital One commercial reference for...
I'm sure.
But not everybody knows.
I'm sure they do.
What if they don't have it in other countries?
That's true. We are in 79 countries. Thank you, Spotify.
We are.
So anyways, then we land and we're going through a big Star Destroyer, a Republic cruise ship, right? And you know what I love? I was watching it. This show really is beautiful. And I love it when Star Wars gets dark. Not dark. I want dark storytelling in Star Wars because F that. I don't want it. It's a happy show. But when it's literally the lighting is dark, I really like it. It's very, very beautiful. So we're wandering through the dark caverns of this crashed ship, and we come across some clones, and we are like, oh my God, they did not die from the ship crashed. They've been shot. And they're like, uh-oh, we got to figure something out, because Mace Windu's like, hey, I know the kid was going to kill me, but now he's killing all these other people too, so I got to figure this out. And Anakin's like, hey, R2, and there's another Mace Windu's droid, I forget his name, go survey the thing, and Mace Windu, the jerk, is like, you're too nice to your droid. He's just a droid. And he's like, yeah, and Anakin's like, no, he's really special. He's got a lot of personality. He's like, yeah, well, you encourage it too much, because he's a dick.
Wow.
And then some monsters come in, and this part of the show is very droid-centric, and these monsters are, trying to eat them, kill the other little droid, and it was very sad. But R2's there to save the day, basically. We're back to Mace Windu and Anakin, and there's a helmet sitting with the beautiful light being shown right on this helmet saying, come take me, lift me from the shelf. There's a little note, literally it said,
the funniest part is they even look at it and go, oh, what is this doing here?
A Mandalorian helmet.
Doesn't belong here.
Yeah, so then Himbo Anakin goes up to look. He's like, a Mandalorian helmet. And Mace Windu's like, wait a second. Mandalorian. What did I do once? Oh my God. Oh wait, I killed one. I've probably killed a lot, but there was one. Oh shoot. There was one where I killed this person right in front of their child. Oh, it's Boba Fett. One, he recognized that he killed a child's father right in front of him. The Jedi are supposed to be knights who were out protecting the universe. Maybe he should have gotten that kid some counseling back then and took him under his wing. He literally orphaned a child and is like, oh yeah, I forgot I orphaned that one.
Well, he actually described it as something else because he was a clone as well, but he took him under his wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, for all intents and purposes, he's his father. I mean, that's literally how he raised him. And it makes me think back to my beautiful, wonderful Martez sisters who Luminara Underly killed their parents, and she's like, sorry, it was the Force's destiny. Your parents were supposed to die by my spaceship crashing into the building. Sorry. Good luck. Go down to level 1313 and figure it out. Take care of yourself. Thanks. Bye. The Jedi are jerks.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Imagine if they wrote the story a whole different way. It would have been the Jedis that were the bad guys from the very get-go.
Well, I mean, we had lots of those conversations on After Dark because my opinion is I think George Lucas did paint them kind of in a bad light because I think and it would be very like 70s, 60s hippie child to like question authority being a church or question authority being a government. And I really think that's kind of what we're set up to feel like, you know? I don't know. So anyways, Anakin picks up the helmet, it blows up, there was a bomb, and then we cut back to the bounty hunters. So we have somebody with a C, like a bigger Trandoshan, Bosk, Aura, and Boba. They're like, oh, he's dead now. And Boba's like, I'm not sure if he's dead. Because the Jedi get out of everything. So they're not dead because they're crushed. They're like underneath a pile of stuff, right? And Anakin's like, hey, R2, go help them. And then here's jerk Mace Windu again. Why are you trusting this to a droid? He's going to fail. Nope. We're Jedi. He's just a droid. And I was like watching. I'm like, you know what, Mace Windu, you jerk.
You know, I'm getting the sense you don't like this guy.
I really don't. No. Nope. Not nice. Not nice. But I was like listening to him, like, you know what, Mace Windu? You and the Jedi, and I've said this before, like they think they are above the people that they are supposed to save. Or they're sent here to save. We're going to have a whole conversation with Tom about like destiny and our purpose here a little later. Tom's in this very new Zen spot and I'm very inspired, so I can't wait for him to talk about some of this stuff.
Better be getting paid extra.
I'm feeling the vibrations. But anyways, like I'm listening to Mace Windu be a jerk to R2-D2, and I'm like, you know what, Mace, and all of you other Jedi during this time, maybe had you had faith in the people around you, you wouldn't have become extinct. And the Jedi basically become extinct after this time during Order 66 because they literally think they're better than everybody else and they no longer listen to people. It was just a real problem. So anyways, R2-D2 like gets caught up with the bounty hunters, outruns the fire spray, which was a great little like chase scene, and R2-D2 makes it because R2-D2's the best. And he informs the Jedi. We see a little young Ahsoka. Isn't it cute to see a little baby girl Ahsoka?
Yeah, I was confused on the timeline because I'm so used to seeing her older now.
Yep.
But
yeah, I'm like, I don't really picture that Ahsoka in my mind anymore,
right.
but it's a nice reminder. Anyways, they come, they save them. The episode's over. Mace Windu's like, you know what? Thumbs up, R2. Thumbs up. Episode's over. Boom. There's some more monster business. R2-D2 like being a badass and whatever. But basically, Boba Fett's trying to kill Mace Windu. Mace Windu's a jerk. Should have had your arm chopped off and get tossed out that window because you're an a-hole. And R2-D2's great. That's basically the point of the episode, right?
Mm-hmm. In a nutshell, that's it. You got it.
Oh, I like that the bounty hunters are going to like, they have, I forgot to mention this. Part of the crew and the commander are fine, but they're being held captive by the bounty hunters in an attempt they're going to sell this commander to the separatists, probably for information on how to take down the Republic. And then they're like, oh, you know what? We're going to go find that body of Mace Windu that's now dead from that explosion. and sell his body to Count Dooku because Dooku is going to want to see another dead Jedi. So they're out just trying to make that money because the Empire and the Republic, people got to do what they got to do to survive. And Boba Fett was much darker in this episode than it was last episode. Mm-hmm. Last episode we were talking about him.
He's still just there for vengeance, though. He wasn't there for the money part of it. The other crew was. The other part of the crew were.
What's worse?
I would say vengeance. I mean, he's upset that, he saw his father's head get chopped off.
Yeah, understandably so.
And possibly his hands. Possibly one, maybe two. Could be the left, could be the right.
Yep. Just think about it.
Definitely head.
Just think. Had the Jedi taken this poor young boy to their ivory tower and their endless supply of money and helped him get some therapy.
They already had one.
Yeah, they screwed that one up too because we saw what happened to Anakin. Dead. Killed by Darth Vader. He was murdered and betrayed by another Jedi called Darth Vader. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, honestly, it was a great episode. Did you enjoy it?
I did. It was good.
I like it a lot. But
I'm still amazed at how great Clone Wars looks. Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm looking at something that's 10 plus years old. It is amazing.
Yeah, like legit. Yeah. I love the swipes. It feels...
What year do you think that would have been?
Oh, keep talking for a second. I'm going to look it up.
Hey, Brian. What year do you think?
Well, Tom couldn't talk, so I hit the pause button.
I could talk.
But I didn't want to.
Thank you.
Sorry, listeners. So
I didn't.
This episode came out on April 30th, 2010. So almost 12 years ago. And I think there was like a backlog. So this could have been made in 2008, 2009.
It's pretty impressive, I have to be honest. So
because it still looks better than everything out today?
Yeah. Some of the new stuff that's out there, I wouldn't say Star Wars related, but some of the new stuff out there that I see on TV, it's nowhere near as good as this.
It's really Bad Batch was Bad Batch is Star Wars. Bad Batch was beautiful.
Great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what did you think of this episode? Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. Mm-hmm.
You're enjoying Clone Wars in general, right?
I always have, yeah, for sure. Well, I'm excited because obviously I have something to apply it to. Boba Fett is coming.
There it is, folks. Boba Fett.
It'll probably always be Boba Fett, just like it was. What did I used to call the
lightsabers?
Yeah,
lifesavers.
I don't think I called it saver, but I called it not what it was for sure.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Total random thing. Do they still make like the fruity flavored lifesavers in the roll up like foil pack?
You're right. Totally random. Mm-hmm. And no, I don't know, but I could go and look tomorrow.
Because I get like the big packs.
We could go online. You could stop the show again and go online and look and see. Did you want me to talk? Maybe it's a good time for a break. While we look up if they do make... I did like the green ones. My grandmother used to get them. I was
a fan of the red and the yellow.
Oh, yeah. No, Nana, my grandmother used to always,
Was she one of the old ladies with the bowl of fruit, like in the little dish, like next to the chair?
In every room.
In every room?
Uh-huh. We always looked forward to this time of the year because she would always have the candy cane...
what were those things called? Remember there was like the
BRACHES, however, Brox.
Your grandmother had bras lying around?
No, that's the candy manufacturer. Okay. She always had candy corn at Halloween.
Okay.
And Grandma Barry. So my dad's mom always had the butterscotch. Never liked them. Loved her, not the butterscotch.
And
then she would have like the powder ones with candies with the little
those like
jelly in between. It was kind of gross.
I'm just trying to remember those mint things that had there was like green and blue and maybe purple or yellow, but they had like a powdery thing and they were supposed to be mint, and then like you would suck on it and it would turn to chalk.
Yes, sometimes you got them in restaurants.
Yeah,
restaurants were given, they were wrapped in individuals.
Yeah.
Wow. That brought me back.
Old lady candy, that's how I always called it. Old lady candy.
Well, how do you explain the candy you have in your house?
I'm an old man.
Every week I throw out a little bit more of the kids' Halloween candy. I'm like, and turn to them and go, God, you guys are really eating a lot of candy.
Well, it's Chippy's fault now. Our elf came in. And eating all the candy.
Not like we didn't have somebody who went to the dentist and had 5 cavities on Friday.
And then thought I was going to spend $6,000 and get them Invisaligns.
No, he didn't.
I'm just kidding.
That was me. I thought that, why don't we get them Invisalign instead of the regular braces?
Nope. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, look for some old lady candy.
But if you could comment in the comments section if you've had Invisalign and you liked it, maybe my husband would fork it over for him. Just saying.
Yeah, no. But now, Tom's going to go find some love. He's going to find some light. He's going to feel the vibrations of the room.
Are you moving me off now?
I'm moving you off. $6,000 is a lot of money, so I'm going to get you off
kidding.
that conversation
I don't
real
want to
quick. All right, Thomas,
Sorry,
we'll be right back.
Love you.
Drink up.
And we're back.
We're back.
Yes, we are.
To talk about some good vibrations. Those sweet sensations. We're going to talk about Marky Mark and Calvin Klein briefs.
And the Funky Bunch.
Oh, I wonder if he's got a funky bush. What do you think? Well, you don't find him attractive. He's so hot. Oh, my God.
I got nothing there.
Give me some... He's from Boston, right? Mm-hmm. And doesn't he, like, cook hamburgers now or something?
Well, they... I don't know if they still do, but they owned a hamburger franchise called Wahlburgers.
Oh.
I don't know if they've sold it since then, but it's all three of the brothers. I've seen the show a couple of times.
There's a show?
Yeah, there was a show called Wahlburgers.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mom was on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
because the brother is a chef by trade, so he's the one that's not in the public eye.
All I know about Marky Mark is that he's hot. He did that song, and I think I realized I was gay around that time. Probably one of the many clues, because I think I used to cut out like Marky Mark Calvin Klein ads and hide them in my underwear drawer because I think they were in my brother's Sports Illustrated or something. I feel like something like that.
Some things never change.
Well, as we've mentioning, Tom's been feeling some vibrations lately, and he's going to walk us through some some healing things that he's been going through. We were talking about Boba Fett, who lost his father. As we have said, Tom lost his mother last year, or I guess it was technically this year.
Yeah. Well, the end of January, babe.
It just feels so long ago.
It does feel long ago. Very, very long ago.
Oh, my God.
And it's still unbelievable at the same time. It's a very, very strange spot to be in life.
I don't know. Well, I know it through you and Nana, but I don't know it from my parents yet. So, but Tom's been sharing with me some of the things that he's been doing, and I find it incredibly moving and motivating. And since we are talking about Boba Fett and the loss of his father, I thought this would be an interesting conversation to have, because honestly, it's just so positive, and I am just like riding Tom's like new vibrations.
Well, full disclosure, I'm actually not feeling well, so I'm a little under the weather, so I don't want anybody to think I'm not coming across with a little lack of energy, but I actually got the booster shot, and now I'm sick.
Well,
I think it's a temporary sickness, but nonetheless.
Also, if y'all want to just picture this right now, because it's very good, Tom is recording in his white Calvin Klein briefs and nothing else. So you're welcome for that mental image.
You know I don't wear white underwear.
He did.
I don't get it. I don't know why anybody would ever wear white underwear.
Because they're hot.
A little risky. Every time I see white socks and white shirts and white underwear in this house, I'm like, why? I just throw it out when I buy it. Dark socks.
Is that where all my underwear goes?
No. Well, I mean, it's a separate wash. It's the whites. We don't have that many, so it's going to sit there for a while.
Listeners, does this kind of conversation like surprise you at all? Something tells me it probably doesn't.
Well, we could just throw them in with the colors. That's probably the fastest way to get rid of them all.
Or just get me to buy more. I do love perusing an underwear section. It like stems back to like early coming out days or something. I don't know. So anyways, that's what we're going to talk about. In full disclosure, it's been a few days since we recorded the first half. Like we said, it has been so busy. We had
A lot has happened.
We've had a holiday tree lighting. We've had a holiday party.
The park tour.
We had the park tour. We had snow here in Tatooine.
We had other people's kids with us, so that just takes 3 to 5, which is fine, of course. But it's just I commend all those people that have more than 3 anyway. So
yeah, especially when one of them is not all that well behaved.
Yeah. Well, he's an only child.
Honestly, I don't know if they're not well behaved. They're just not a berry.
Yeah. Well, thank God the other one's
our kids
really well behaved.
Our kids, march like stormtroopers in a single file line, like they're a bunch of Imperials.
He's that little kid is young.
So in full disclosure, lots happened. We had, like I said, we had snow in Tatooine. That was really cool. Christmas tree lighting was cool. We were on popcorn duty at a party, and we had to serve popcorn to all the people touring parks in our neighborhood.
And we've done the first child's, well, it's really the youngest child's
had a
Christmas concert. We've got another Christmas concert tomorrow night with child number 2.
And Christmas concert next week for child number 3. I did send Emma a Michael saying Happy Hanukkah.
Oh, really?
And I sent her a little Michael wishes
cute.
you a belated Happy Hanukkah. So
Oh,
anyone
that's
else who
cute.
celebrated Hanukkah,
Happy
belated Hanukkah just ended.
So circling back to, as listeners know, I was completely broadsided at the end of January when my mom passed away. She suffered a massive stroke, which unfortunately just, took away, 3/4 of her brain. So it came out of the blue, and it's still very, very shocking. So how the conversation began is, as the time has grown by, I just find it so hard to believe my mother is not here. Like, how is she not here? We all talk as if though she's here and that we're going to see her again and all of those things. And, I was, Irish Catholic and, I personally don't have any qualms with religion. I understand, I think maybe on a higher level what it is all meant for me. That's all, Other than that, I haven't been shy about saying that, I think a lot of it is all man-made rules. I don't care what religion it is. I'm not pointing at one, and, so be it. I don't have an issue with that either. So I was just saying, I really just, I've spent the last couple of months going, I know she's not gone. It is really, really odd. It's just, I just know she's not gone. So, I know they always say, oh, they're with you and all those, pleasantries, but I just really feel it in my bones. So it's really started me down this path. And it seems to always be very early in the morning, 3-ish, 4-ish, get up real early before anybody else. And I sit and I, scour YouTube about, what's going on, what happens life after death, all this stuff. So it's led me to quite a few interesting people. Anyway, so I just had shared with you that I feel like I'm on this journey of discovery. That's what the conversation was about. So I know I happen to just mention vibrations on Sunday, which is, why you are like, hey, let's talk about it. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready. But anyway, and I'm not ready because I don't even know that I'm necessarily have formulated everything. But I really just truly believe, and I've actually joined one of those Facebook parent bereavement groups and all of that stuff. And so it's been really, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say it's been super interesting and great because of course it's not. I never would have wanted to be in this position. And it was a complete and utter shock that my mother would die at the young age of 76. Honestly, still incredibly shocked today. So anyway, I know, anyway, it's been interesting. I came up on this one lady, Anita Maharani, and she passed away. And she came back, and when she came back, she didn't have the illness that she had that caused her to pass away. And she, I think, was technically dead maybe 30 minutes. I don't remember. But in listening to her story and some of her follow-up videos, and, maybe it's BS. Who am I to say? What I think there's a little bit of, you take what you want when you watch things like this, and you formulate your own opinion. You're smart enough to do so. So she had explained that, and that's why I was sharing with you, that when you pass away, you cross over. So again, this is her version. You cross over, and when you cross over, you leave behind your body. Okay, we all know that. We've seen people that get cremated. We hear people have been cremated. My mother, she's buried. So her physical, the body that I know has been buried. And my dad, when his time comes, will be right there next to her. So the interesting thing that Anita had mentioned was, when you cross over, you leave that body, and there is no male and there is no female. And that's what got us on that discussion. So, and it really, I was always, and I truly believe it's a soul thing, and we do have a soul, and this is our body. And I will draw back to when I was in college, I used to work at a funeral home. And I was always scared to even go to the funeral home or even work at the funeral home. And, I did for 6.5 years. So, and I had done everything. Drove the limo and once the hearse, and mainly, really flower. They owned a flower company, so I would do deliveries and things like that. So, but, I've always it really just solidified, it's the soul, and the soul does leave, and it is energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed.
Because
so
you saw people.
I saw people, and then I saw people who I knew at the funeral home. And oddly enough, the very first time I ever worked there, it was a girl who had graduated a year before me from my high school, who was killed in a car accident. So it was like, trial by fire, because I had never worked there before, and all of a sudden it was a very, very large funeral, and understandably so, it was very upsetting.
Yeah.
So because she was a passenger, and she was away at college, and they were going back from, coming back home. And unfortunately, the driver was another student at the same high school, and it's just very, very upsetting. That poor girl has to live with that forever. But anyway,
what has this journey been doing for you? Because this is what I find so
I feel
inspirational.
It's opening my eyes. I don't want to say that they were closed before, but I was not exposed to this world. I've had people in my life pass away before, but grandparents, and almost in a way, and I would imagine our kids feel the same way. Okay, it's almost expected in a way. But when it's your parent, it is absolutely surreal. I don't even believe it today. I really just truly do not believe it today. And, in a way, because I am an adult and I have my own family, and unfortunately I do live 2,000 miles away, and albeit I never felt that there was distance between us, there was just miles between us, because we were always so connected. And same thing with my sisters and their families today. So it really has never, it's as close as it could be, in as far as relationships. But, it breaks my heart for my father, who's now lost his wife and the woman he dated, for years before they even got married, and they would have been 55 years married.
Yep.
5 years before that. So they were almost together 60 years. Yeah.
I can't even, I literally have an inability to think that long, because we're not that old. We're not even 60 years old. So we literally have an inability to imagine knowing someone for 60 years.
Exactly. So now you think to yourself, God, how would you feel? And how would you feel? We've been together for 14 years. We have 3 children. We have a life. We have a financial life. We have a home. We have a business. We have all these things that we've created together. How would you feel? All of a sudden, it's gone.
I don't know.
And literally, in a million years, on Wednesday, when they took my mom to the hospital, never did anyone think that on Sunday morning, and remember, thanks to COVID, no one could go in. Thank God, and I do thank God for this source, whatever you want to call it, but I do thank God that, the doctors allowed my family and, my dad and my sister, and then my 2 sisters to be there in the end. And I just find it very, 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 very interesting that my mom hung out through the day And although I was checking on everybody and things like that, but when it was getting, later in the day and we weren't sure what was going on, we were all just talking I was on the phone on her belly, in the room, and my sister and my father were there. My sisters and my father were there, and my mom passes away. I find it very interesting. I don't know what I'm talking about necessarily, but I'm interested to find out what all these things mean. And I don't know if I've ever told you, but there was a priest who, my mother was extremely, Irish Catholic. She was extremely religious, not crazy religious, but it was important to them. Their religion was very important to my mom and dad and her family, her parents, cousins, all that stuff. There was a priest. Unfortunately, the Catholic Church priest couldn't get there. And there was I want to say a Greek Orthodox priest. And he was all dressed in black. So he was all dressed in black, and he happened to overhear my sister speaking to the nurse at the nurse's station that the Catholic priest had not been by yet. And they really, although my mother had been given, the anointing of the sick, which is the last sacrament before you pass away as a Catholic. And essentially, this priest overheard and said, "Hey, I would like to stop by." And my sister, she's like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. And, it was the only time, it was interesting, the nurses had commented that my mom's heart rate, all her levels went up. And then they kind of just gradually started to come down and be very, quiet. So it's very interesting, and I'm not in the medical field, but how they can really truly tell that you are leaving. So, and I know I'm talking about a million different things because, quite frankly, it's all mixed up in my own head at this moment in time. But I'm definitely on a journey of discovery to find out. I'm curious. I know for sure. I've always been taught it was heaven, it was hell, and blah blah blah. I've never necessarily believed in the bad part, the hell. And I don't know that necessarily up there in the clouds, but I do believe that there is God, there is a source, and that we are going to go somewhere, and that we are energy. And if you're not energy is never created or destroyed, So something is interesting. So
what are you hoping to get from this journey?
I mean, answers for sure. Do I know that I'll ever have them in this lifetime? Probably not. And am I aware that I'm a human being and there might be other tragedies in my life that I'm absolutely not prepared for? Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. But this is the first one where I'm an adult. I was young. I mean, more than half the age I am now when any of those things had happened in the past. So anyway, I know you wanted me to talk about it. I don't know if anybody garnered anything from this, but I'm on a journey of discovery. And if anybody has anything they want to share with me with regards to that, I'm open. And that's what I am. I'm completely open.
Should just email us and I'll make sure he gets it. So
don't do it to my Twitter, that's for sure.
One of the things that you had mentioned that this person said when they crossed over that they left their physical body and gender had no meaning any longer.
Very interesting.
And you were talking about, as queer people, that is something that I think all of us sometimes are forced to deal with a little bit. I can't speak to anything other than like my experience as a gay man, and I know you've had similar like pushes of society telling you that because you're a gay man, someone like the question we've brought up many times on the podcast, well, who's the woman? They're like, thank God that's going away. But because we're gay men, somehow have some sort of feminine energy in us that we have to tackle that as gay men throughout things. All of us, when we're in utero, are all female until the Y chromosome kicks in. But you had mentioned how queer people are more, possibly, you think might be more open to that to begin with. Now, I know, especially in our community, talking about gender is a different kind of conversation that some of us have to have than other people. So we will try to talk about this with sensitivity and but it's something that I think Tom and I have been dealing with one another with lately. But why did you say that? Why do you think maybe queer people are more open to something like that?
Well, I mean, I think, and again, I'm just, I'm on this journey of discovery, call it whatever you want. I don't even know what I'm necessarily talking about, but it's just something I'm doing probably is the next phase of being in grief and learning how to move forward with the grief. But I've spent time watching YouTube, that's right. And, just watching all these videos of other people's experiences. And I'm hung up on the fact that we apparently, two things. Number one, when we cross over, we leave behind, per Anita, ourselves, whether male or female. Mm-hmm. And also that they talk about, one of the things she's talked about, and not only her, quite a few, that there's an agreement. And I've even had said that to you, for years, that I do believe that God knows, he knows how it's all going to unfold. So, you obviously have free will, you make changes, blah, blah, blah. But so I feel that, so talking about those agreements, and if when we leave here, we don't have any sex, we're souls. And if you do believe in past lives and things like that, sometimes I wonder, are we not thrown into these bodies, but are we put into these bodies and we have, you're remembering from
different.
Sometimes you get in the wrong body, I guess is really where it was going with the whole thing. So I'm just wondering. So yeah, that's all I was saying. So anyway, I'm just literally beginning this. I've been doing it for a couple of months and I'm still just wondering. I'm trying to find the answers for my own self because I found myself saying the last couple of months, but where is my mother? Because I don't feel that she's gone. I know that she's not there for me to call. I know that we all speak about her all the time as if though she's here. No, it's not like, hey, Mom went to the store. It's, we remember her, we keep her alive in our thoughts. And, sometimes it's, my father, chuckled the other day. My mom was just this laundry lady. She just had very specific ways that she wanted the laundry done at night. And that's why her clothes always look so great. Don't dry everything. So that was her motto. We were all laughing the other day. My father had left some stuff in the dryer, and it was overnight. And he's like, uh-oh, don't tell your mom. It just, she always liked to hang things up, and don't leave anything overnight. You got to wait till the dryer's done.
I'll never forget the clothes hanger next to the kitchen table. What are they called?
They were hooks. They were hooks.
The thing on the wheels that you hang your...
Yes, because Well, because that door went to the laundry room, and she would bring it out and spread it out on the other half of the family room. It was really...
It was something.
And that's why her clothes look so great.
We've mentioned this. You and I have talked about it, because I am very open to those kinds of things. I've always been open to these kinds of things. And I know she has been here. I've told you that I have seen her. Mm-hmm. I hear her. She's come in to check on you. And I have always very much believed all of those kinds of things. The Force Ghost at the end of Return of the Jedi. Like, I know that can be real, because I do know, personally, we've had these conversations so many times. We don't go anywhere. We just change form. And we all have the ability to still see the world that way, but society or a church or whatever starts to strip that away from you, so you blind yourself to it. Mm-hmm. But if you're open to seeing the world in ways in which less with your eyes and more with your ears and your heart, things will present themselves to you. Yeah, I know she has been here.
I don't necessarily know if I believe that you don't go anywhere. I think it's something so higher level that it's inconceivable in our current state of being. So, I've seen a few things where when you pass away, you're everywhere now. And that's interesting. But at the same time, do you live another life? I don't know the answer. So I'm curious. I'm open. I've been, I'm open. I'm interested. So,
I think you've been talking about this journey, and I would say this last few weeks in particular, like we said earlier, we've been together for 14 years. I know you better than anyone. If there's anyone, if we are with our partners for a long time, I think our partners sometimes know us better than we know ourselves in a way. You know what I mean? No one knows you like the way I know you. No one will know you more than the way I know you. No one will know me more than the way you know me. Because you, at least for us, like we tell each other everything. Like, so you know everything. And we always talk about everything. But there's been a change in you that I find so incredibly inspiring. I think it's very beautiful that out of this really dark tragedy, but there's something that is, you're more open to something in a way in which that I don't know if you were going to allow yourself to be open to before. And, you know, I think that's something that, you know, Qui-Gon talks about in some Clone Wars stuff, you know, talking about how he was the first one to pass over and be Force Ghost and go into the nether regions, or the nether world, I think it's called. And how there is, and this is fundamentally what I believe, there is a life, there is another world, there is another way of being that we cannot obtain when we're in this physical form. And so in a way, I believe we do go somewhere. We just don't go somewhere. Does that make sense? There's this other world right on the other side. To me, I think of it as a screen door. You can look at it as Alice through the looking glass. You know, there's something happening right alongside us that we are not a part of. But there are moments, and if you are open, I don't believe you can fully go there, but you can have moments in that stuff, you know?
Well, I mean, there's too many. It's interesting. You know, what we didn't share is that I had been starting on this path because every time I turned around, I saw the number 555. It was either on license plates, it was the clock, it was the odometer, it was every time I turned around, 555. And we chuckled because I'm always aware of that particular numbers, because when our youngest son came to us, they were showing up all the time. And I had a friend from the past who mentioned that it means something. I'm like, it means something? What does it mean? It means I'm looking at the clock at the same time all the time, I thought to myself. But apparently, I mean...
It's a life change path, right?
Well,
a life path change.
You know, if you believe this, you believe it. If you're not, and I'm open. I'm open and I'm investigating it. It's all part of my... trying to figure it all out. But it does say that your life path direction has changed. It's not necessarily a bad thing or a good thing, but you need to be open and you need to be cognitive, because the angels are actually communicating with you. They're trying to tell you something. And that's really what started all this, because I kept seeing it and I was like, well, I need to figure out what this 555 is all about. And it just, then angel and then this. I'm like, well, what happens after death? And what happened? Now I'm onto this vibration thing, this Abraham Hicks, who's a person who apparently people talk through her. And I mean, I just started down that path to find out what is that all about. So I'm on a journey. So stay tuned, people.
No, I love it. I love it. I think
the long and the short of it, though, I will say this is I've realized that our time here on this earth is extremely short. So,
yeah, you mentioned like what would happen if you weren't here. Like, I can't comprehend in that. Like, for me, I am so heartbroken for your father because they have been together for so long, and all I can do is compare being with you.
Because he has kids and grandkids, and everybody's very good to them. It's not that, and he keeps himself busy. It's not that. What happens when the door closes?
Exactly.
It's that time. It's those times that you've been with somebody forever, and now all of a sudden, it's just you. Now you're approaching 80 in your life. I mean, you know, I don't want to say it out loud, but I mean, he probably doesn't have 20 years. The probability of 20 is not there. Hopefully it's...
Could be.
You know, real long.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, you know, then you know, your mind is probably wondering what's after too.
I just, like, I am not me without you. I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but one of my favorite songs is called You're a Cloud by Tori Amos. I love Tori Amos. And there's a lyric in it that says, Indigo is his own and Blue always knew this. And I didn't understand that lyric for so long, but I understand it now in I am still an individual even though I am a part of you. But we're intertwined in a way in which that I'm also not an individual, because I can't be an individual without you in it. And I think about that with your father, and it's just like, I don't...
Lots of little nuggets. I don't know. I don't know the answer, you know? But I'm looking, and I'm open.
I think that's great. I think at the beginning you said, I don't have the answers, but I think that's okay. And hopefully, other people out there are listening who have experienced similar things, and maybe you can help someone. I know, and then thank you for sharing that, because I know this is not super easy for you to talk about.
I don't think you were really, because I've been doing this for a little while, but I was responding to that person on the Facebook group, and you saw what I had said to that person. You were like, oh, I didn't realize.
Yep.
You were thinking those things. So,
honestly,
but there is a Facebook group out there
for
children, regardless of age, who have lost their parents. If anybody's interested, just reach out. I'll let you know. And I've personally found it very comforting, because there are others going through this, and it's been a long 11 months. So
like I said, I thought it was last year. Jesus, it's just
it seems like yesterday, though, in a lot of ways.
Like yesterday and forever ago. One of those, and maybe it'll always feel that way. I don't know. But, well, everyone, thank you for listening. I know this was a little bit heavier on the back half of today's episode, but, it's important things. I'm very proud of my Pop. I love him very, very much, and I appreciate you sharing, because I know it's not super easy for you.
It's not.
But thank you. I think people will hear you, and I think they will appreciate it. So if you want to reach out to Tom, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have anything to or need someone to talk to, I guarantee you Tommy will talk to you. And you can do that at servingpinkmilk@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at servingpinkmilk. And I will put you in touch with him, because, as you probably know, if you listened before, Tom doesn't go on any of those things. But I will put you in touch with him. And thank you again, Pop, and thank you for listening.
Thank you for having me.
It's always good to have you, honey. But thank you for listening. As always, we appreciate you, and we will see you or talk to you next week. With that, Thomas, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Drink up.
Drink up.